What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the real of reality TV. So before I get into Andy, I wanted to talk about this really quickly because Bethenny Frankel, formerly of the Real Housewives of New York City, who has been on this campaign to expose Bravo, Andy Cohen, and she did all the stuff with the reality show Reckoning, which I don't know if it went any further than her getting a feature in an article in Vanity Fair. But she's talking a little bit about her marriage, which is no longer to Jason Hoppy, which I believe she was going through the divorce longer than she was married to the man. But she launched a new podcast called Just Be Divorced with Bethenny Frankel. Now, she's had Just Be with Bethenny. She's had the Rewives, which is supposed to be about the Real Housewives. And I never listened to any of those. But in this podcast, she's telling the untold story of her 10-year divorce nightmare. Listen, I guess if she wants to monetize off of this and she can do so, then girl, go ahead and do it. But in the latest episode she published, she explained that things got so bad in their relationship that the sex life suffered. And she says, we were laying in bed and he used to say to me, "You're like a block of ice." Because I did not want to be intimate. I did not want to have sex. I did not respect him. I did not want to have sex at all. He used to say to me, "It feels like this bed is like a block of ice." I used to force myself, gag myself doing it. It was torture. Girl, too much information. I'm like, really? I don't even know like what her aim and goal is in sharing this information, but talk about TMI, that just really is a bit much, especially since this marriage has been over for quite a while now, but she still seems to be really bitter because of how he, I guess, tried to really come for her coins after she filed for a divorce. I will say this. I don't know a whole lot about her relationship and the marriage to that man, but I did watch The Real Housewives of New York City. I did see when she started dating the guy and, you know, she got pregnant, wasn't planned, wound up marrying him while she was pregnant and expecting, had the baby, and, you know, had a little spin-off reality show. But just based on what I was able to see in this showcase, it looks like she put that man through hell. And so I also believe that she did have her skinny girl margaritas idea before she got with this man, but I do believe that he did help her in some ways that she just did not want to give him any credit for. And I'm not saying that he deserved half of her business, but I don't know. When it comes to Bethenny, sometimes it's just like she shares a bit too much, and I just am like, how much farther do you think you can go with this? I'm assuming she must have a lot of stories for her to just basically create a whole podcast surrounding her divorce and being divorced. It's weird to me. And I don't know how many relationships she's had since she's been with this man, but I think there have been quite a few, even a few engagements that did not make it to the marriage part. But you can let me know what you think about this. It's a lot. If you want to talk about this a little bit more, maybe I'll review it. But when I read that, I was like, girl, I don't think people really want to hear about that. But okay, maybe this is something that you feel like you can monetize off of. But it just seems extremely creepy to me. And speaking of creepy, Andy Cohen. So it's being reported that he's negotiating his departure package with Bravo amid mounting accusations. So this is from In Touch, and it says, it looks like Real Housewives head honcho Andy Cohen can't stand the heat. Amid swirling controversy and falling ratings, the 55-year-old Bravo patriarch is in discussions to part ways with the network he helped shape, sources exclusively tell In Touch. Negotiations for Cohen's departure package are underway as he grapples with the fallout from mounting accusations by his stars, says a source. Recent allegations come from a lawsuit filed by ex-housewife Leah McSweeney about Cohen encouraging rampant substance abuse to boost ratings, and Brandi Glanville claiming he sexually harassed her. Cohen and Bravo have denied the accusations. This couldn't be further from the truth, says a Bravo insider. The Watch What Happens Live host also issued an apology after Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum Glanville accused him of harassment stemming from a video allegedly sent from Cohen to Glanville in 2022. The video shows Kate Chastain and I very clearly joking to Brandi. It was absolutely meant in jest. And Brandi's response clearly communicated she was in on the joke. That said, it was totally inappropriate and I apologize. Now, I talked about that when that came out, and I did say that I believe that him issuing that apology was a huge mistake, even if he is sorry. But I also believed and still do believe that more is going to come from that, more fallout. And here we are now talking about him negotiating his exit package from the network, because it's just getting to be a bit too much. Now, what I will say is this. I do believe that it is time for a change. I don't really know if things can continue to go the way that they have been going when it comes to the Housewives franchises. But I also want to see changes because it's been a whole lot when it comes to RHOP, all of the issues going on over there, and him having the nerve to be in a position where he is someone that can call some of the shots and have favorites. You can't do that as an employer. And although we know people do, and it's not fair, it's not right, but to have someone like Giselle on RHOP being able to skirt by for all of these seasons that she has been able to skirt by, doing the things that she has done, saying the things that she has said, and just to this point where she just has so much favor, it seems like, with him and the network, where she gets patted on the back and gets special treatment. And then people like Candace and Wendy, they have been assaulted physically by women that are much lighter in skin tone than they are. And then when the issues come up, Candace and Wendy, they seem to get the short end of the stick, and they seem to get a lot of heat thrown their way as if, oh, well, you can take it because you must be used to going through it. You know, it's just not right. I just believe that, yeah, it's time for him to exit, and they need to get Giselle up out of there too, amongst a number of other things that needs to be amended and adjusted or just axed. You know what I mean? AAA, amended, adjusted, or axed. So guys, let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section. Thanks for being here. Thanks for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.